Let's take a look at another financial function, which is called future value. Future value is used to determine how much an investment will be worth after a series of monthly payments at some future time. We use the function FV. Let's see how this operates. In this case, I have put in an amount which is $50,000. I intend to put in every year $5,000 additional for a period of 10 years. I'm assuming I will get 5% interest. And I put in type 0, where we explained earlier the number is 1 if payments are made at the beginning and 0 otherwise, which refers to the end. Now the future value is given to be $144,000. How did we obtain that? Well, here is our formula. Future value depends on, number 1, the rate that we expect to obtain, which in this case is 5%. The second item is the amount of periods, which in this case we see for C25 is 10 years. The third item, C26, refers to the payments, how much we're going to be contributing each year, if we are. In this case, we're putting in $5,000 a year. The fourth item, C27, refers to the present value, which is negative. And finally, C28 refers to the 0, where we are paying at the end of the month. And that's all there is to it. The amount that we deposited is easily calculated by just the initial amount, which was $50,000 plus 10 years at $5,000, which gives us $100,000. And the amount earned is just the difference between the $144,000 and the $100,000. And that's all there is to it. Just to wrap up this example, I assume that I'm putting in $5,000 each time period. But let's assume I'm not going to do that, and I'll put in nothing, 0. Well, I will not have that extra $5,000 for 10 years. Let's see what I do wind up with. And I can see that I did put in $50,000 initially, and I have earned $31,000. We have another financial function, which is nper, which helps us determine how long it will take to pay off a loan with constant monthly payments. So in this case, if we are paying a rate at 5% and the PMT is $25,000 and the value at the beginning of the investment is $50,000, we can look at this financial function a little bit differently. This is the nper function, and we can use this to determine how long it'll take us to earn a certain amount of money. How many years will it take? So let's assume that I'm looking to become a millionaire, and I have a certain amount of money that I've saved up for investment, and I'd like to see how long it'll take, assuming I put that money in the investment and I earn a certain amount of interest. So in this particular case, I have $50,000, and I'm going to deposit each year $25,000 at a rate of 5%, and my future value of $1 million will take, in this particular case, over 20 years. The formula that I'm using is, as you can see, nper, the number of periods, equals I-24, and the I-24 refers to the rate. The next item refers to the payment, PMT. The third item refers to the present value. The fourth value refers to the future value, $1 million, and the last one refers to the type. I put in the formulas for both the future value, so it'll be easier for you to see exactly what was put in, and also for the number of periods. There are a few other functions that we could look at, but I would just rather tell you about them without going through the calculations. One is the rate function, and the rate function is used in this scenario. Assuming you have a certain amount of money to invest and you'd like it to grow into a obviously larger amount in a certain amount of time, the question is, what interest rate would we need to receive in order to accomplish that? So we have the similar items that we've used in the past, NPR, PMT, PV, FV, and type, which will give us a value in percent how much the rate needs to be. Another function is PV. This is interesting. Let's assume we have this scenario. You'd like to spend a certain amount of time on a vacation, and you feel it'll cost you a certain amount of money per month to live there, and you'll need a certain amount of money at the end in order to come home. The question is, how much money would you need to deposit initially in an account which pays a certain amount of interest per year to be able to withdraw a certain amount of money for a time period and have enough money to return home after your vacation? Interesting question. These are just a few of the many financial functions. As we saw earlier, if we'd like to see a list of them, just click on f of x and take a look at so many functions that exist in Excel. Let's just check the few that we looked at. You can go down to the payment function, the PMT. That's only one of many. We have the FV function, if we go back up, FV, and all the others that exist in between. And you can learn a lot by basically going through them. Here's the rate function that we just mentioned, and finally the PV that we mentioned as well.